thing I want people to understand when they subscribe to this channel and when they start watching the videos I put out, I want people to understand that there's a huge difference between knowledge and belief. Okay, I don't live my life off of believing. I live my life off of information that I can prove. You see what I'm saying? Forensically. I have nothing to do with the doctrine of belief in a general sense, in a general perspective. Okay? Because with this video, I'm basically gonna shatter a lot of people's beliefs and their belief system, because they got some information, you know, from agents, took it and ran with it like it was some kind of fact, but it was nothing but bullshit belief. Okay, and I'm gonna shatter that belief in this video. I'm gonna shatter it. I'm gonna throw it on the ground. I'm gonna step on it. I'm gonna light it on fire, and I'm gonna burn it all up. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do to the belief. Okay, but before I get started on today's subject, I'm gonna pick up where I left off from last video. If you guys go look up this video from Snoop Dogg, it's called California Roll featuring Stevie Wonder. This just proves this. If you watch this video proves what I was saying in my last video about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is personifying Snoop Anubis. Okay, because in a whole bunch of scenes in this video, they're showing clips of hieroglyphics of Anubis, okay, and showing those Doberman Pinscher dogs, like I told you, and showing statues of this Anubis god, okay, all throughout this video. Okay, it also shows the pyramids. Okay, so it basically ties into what I was saying in the last video, that the record label owners and certain people at the Pentagon, certain people who hold a lot of weight and power in Hollywood, they are sorcerers. They are Kemetic sorcerers, okay, who have this Kemetic alchemy, this Kemetic science down to a T. So they give the rappers their names for a reason. Okay, Snoop Dogg is really Snoop Anubis. Okay, go watch the Snoop Dogg California Roll video featuring Stevie Wonder. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There are many scenes in this video where they show the god Anubis, the god of the underworld. Okay, that's who Snoop is. Snoop is really Snoop Anubis. I'm not able to show this video clips. I'm not able to show the video clips, or else they'll take this video off of YouTube. I'm not allowed to show any clips from any other videos, okay? Because you know, YouTube knows the truth is definitely on this channel. Okay, so without further ado, today's lecture is going to be on the real agenda behind marijuana being promoted, okay, in the community and in the United States. It's going to be what marijuana, the plant marijuana, really is, okay? I want everybody to go on YouTube and to put in Dr. Wesley, what Dr. Wesley Muhammad has to say about marijuana, and the tests, the scientific and forensic tests that he ran on marijuana strains in America. Okay? He did it at several different locations, and he's been doing it over the past few years. And he's telling people what he has found from testing these marijuana pieces, these marijuana strains. Okay? He's also been testing the blood of melanated men and non-melanated men. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys an article that that Dr. Wesley posted on Instagram. and what he had to say about marijuana. But if you look up this video about, Dr. Wesley, what he had to say about marijuana, this is what his test results showed him. Okay? Basically showed him that the mainstream marijuana that was being promoted by the government was lowering the testosterone levels of melanated men across the country. So this is what Dr. Wesley posted on Instagram. Okay. He said the black man had the highest testosterone level on the planet Earth in 1986. It was documented that black men had 21% more testosterone than white men, and by 1990 it dropped to 8%. By 2002 it dropped to 3%, and by 2007 it was reported that black and white men testosterone levels leveled out. They were equal. But it was reported also that the estrogen level in black men was now at the highest. Testosterone is what masculinizes the man. You are being feminized through chemicals put in your food, your weed, and the air. THC assaults a man's testosterone. Testosterone is the power hormone, okay? It's the hormonal source of power in a man. When a man is depleted of testosterone, you kill his drive for power and force, okay? That's what Dr. Wesley Muhammad posted on Instagram, and that is what he found through years of testing strains of marijuana, through years of research, and through years of testing the testosterone levels in quote-unquote white men and quote-unquote black men. Okay? So right here from the horse's mouth, your marijuana, your weed, your fake ass GMO weed is turning you quote unquote gangsters into women. And you see, this is why we have drive-bys. This is why we have quote unquote black men shooting each other and killing each other at an all-time high. This was all fucking engineered. This was all engineered through the soy, through the bullshit soy in the fast food and in the Monsanto's food and the marijuana. That's how they did it. That is how they did it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And if you don't believe Dr. Wesley Muhammad, let's hear it from the white people, from the Caucasian people, because I know there's a lot of people out there who have been so goddamn brainwashed that, you know what I'm saying, when a melanated man gets up there and basically tells you what his test results showed him, you don't want to believe him. You don't want to believe the melanated man. So let's listen to what the Caucasian people who conducted their test results in Great Britain. Okay, let's hear what they had to say. Okay, if you read this article, okay, this is the name of the article. Basically, testosterone and marijuana, peak testosterone. Go look this up, ladies and gentlemen. This was a test conducted by a certain university in the UK. Okay, marijuana and low testosterone. The two go hand in hand. Marijuana and low testosterone. The two go hand in hand. Okay? So like I said, if you don't want to believe the melanated man, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, just go look up what the Caucasian people had to say in the UK. Because they'll never try to release this information in the States because they have an agenda. You see, the government has an agenda in the United States. Okay? So for all you ass clowns who don't want to believe the melanated man, go look up this long ass article that was put out by a university in the UK. Okay? Read it and weep. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying that marijuana has no nutritional value if you smoke it, and is basically turning people into zombies. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this for the past 2 years. I've been saying this for the past 2.5 years since I started YouTube videos. Go look it up. Okay? Go check out the first video I did on marijuana. Go check it out. It's no secret. It's not a game. You think the government is promoting this garbage for your good? You think the government is going to legalize something for your health, for your benefit? You got to be retarded. You'd have to be retarded to think something like that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, by the THC levels in marijuana lowering the testosterone levels in men, this goes back to what I said in earlier videos. The blunts, when you wrap your marijuana and the blunt, which usually is like a swisher sweet, or whatever the hell you call it, that's basically a homosexual ritual, because the blunt wrap, okay, turns the marijuana into a phallus symbol, okay? The blunt wrap, the swisher sweet, is basically the melanated phallus, and then the cigarette is the non-melanated phallus. Okay? Your marijuana's blunt, it is nothing but another phallus symbol, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We've all been fooled. I tried to wake people up over 2 years ago. They said, "Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy, man. Marijuana's good for us. It's beneficial. It's good for us, man. Marijuana, man, it makes me spiritual. It makes me spiritual." Well, answer this question, ass clown. Do you smoke your kale? When you eat kale, does your body get nutrients from the goddamn smoke? Do you smoke your celery? Do you smoke your carrots for nutrients? Do you turn your water into goddamn water vapor to get the nutrients from your water? Do you smoke your spinach to get your nutrients from the spinach? Do you smoke your oranges? Do you smoke your apples? Do you smoke your mangoes? Do you smoke your coconuts? So why in the hell do you smoke the marijuana? You know why you smoke the marijuana? Because all you do is copy what you see on the fucking television. And the television has been telling lies to your goddamn vision since it was motherfucking invented. Because I saw Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was smoking trees, so I'm gonna do the same thing and it's gonna make me look cool. That's why you did it. Because what I just told you, if you listen to what I just told you, you would know that smoking the marijuana makes no goddamn sense. Your body can intake no nutrition through smoke. It has to be in liquid form or solid form, not smoke. The smoke dissolves the goddamn nutrients. Okay? So when you smoke the weed and you intake that THC, that chemical THC, this is what's happening to you. Okay? This is what's happening to you. This is why homosexuality is on the rise. This is why quote unquote black men are shooting each other left and right at record numbers, because they're being turned into women. Their testosterone levels are being destroyed by the genetically modified weed, and they're getting more emotional. Okay, when you have more estrogen in your body that causes you to cause you to be controlled by your emotions. Okay? So you would be tied to your emotional feelings more than your logical thinking and your logical reasoning. Okay? This is why you don't see women conducting drive-bys, but you see men doing it. Okay? So it's the men who are now becoming emotional and letting their emotions dictate everything they do and everything they think. Okay? Homosexuality is a plague in the melanated community right now. And like I said, this was all engineered and set up by design. They promoted the marijuana, okay, by rappers who were goddamn agents to begin with. And then they put soy in all of the most of the Monsanto's food that was put on the store shelves. And like I said, this is what you got. This is what you got as a result, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you have that. And you already know whatever happens in the melanated community is copied in other cultures. Okay? So homosexuality is now spreading like wildfire no matter what race. And this was all set up by design, ladies and gentlemen. It was all set up by design. Okay? So like I said, you heard it from the horse's mouth. If you watch this video, you are going to hear it from the horse's mouth. Dr. Wesley Muhammad, what he's telling people, what he found from the genetic strains of this marijuana in the United States. Oh, and he's been doing this for the past 10 years, people. For the past 10 years. Okay, at least 10 years. It's not a game. It's not a game, people. So, what I'm trying to tell you guys is the government, each decade / generation, the government has been giving the masses a drug source, this bullshit drug source, so they can escape reality, the 3D, temporarily, and think they're becoming spiritual, but really what they're doing is letting time pass by them, and while the beast can do what the hell it wants to do on this planet. Okay, so instead of us taking the beast off of the planet, we want to escape this reality through these bullshit drugs that the government gives us. So let me tell you guys what went on. The late 60s, the mid to late 60s, we had the hippie movement. We had the so-called hippie movement, where individuals were introduced to the effects of not only marijuana, but LSD. Okay? So the hippie movement, that's when they first started promoting marijuana and LSD. And what the government wasn't telling you was the government was doing tests on that THC and actually created and concocted the drug known as LSD. So while the government was sending our people over there to Vietnam to die for a bullshit war, okay, and killing innocent people, these motherfucking hippies wanted to escape reality and somehow thought that that was gonna help stop the war in Vietnam, and that was somehow gonna, take the beast off of the planet. You see what I'm saying? Running from your demons does not destroy your demons. Running from demons does not destroy demons. When you put these drugs in your system, you temporarily escape reality, but that does not change your reality. Okay? That's why they call it a quick fix. Because right after the temporary high, you come back to three-dimensional state, right where you started. Okay? So it's really pointless, and your body gets no nutrients from these drugs, especially from the smoke. And this is all being promoted for a satanic agenda. Plain and simple. So like I said, in the 60s and in the early 70s, this is what was promoted. The weed and the weed and the LSD. So in the mid to late 70s, you had your heroin. Okay? That was throughout the 70s. You had your heroin, which was another government concoction. Okay? They had the disco music. They had the disco music to disconnect you from Mother Nature and from the cosmos. Okay? Because what came with that disco music was the goddamn heroin. Okay? Which was the poppy. The poppy seeds. Okay? Which produced the heroin. Okay? You think it's a joke, but it's not a joke, people. Each goddamn decade, they had something that distracted you from reality. Okay? So you would never even think about rebelling against the beast. 1980s. Ronald Reagan in office. Now we got the crack. The crack epidemic. Okay? We have people shooting each other and killing each other over pieces of land where they feel that they can sell the most of this drug, the most crack. So you're going to shoot your cousin, you're going to shoot your brother in broad daylight, and you're going to go to war with your own people over a goddamn crack rock. Okay? That is the power of these substances, these addictive substances that the CIA create, that the government creates for us. So you see? So instead of fighting the fucking CIA, the Pentagon, okay, instead of fighting these entities, we take these drugs. We think we're escaping reality, but we're really turning into zombified fucking demons, and we're killing our own people. See, that was the 1980s. That was the crack. They also put the crack on the streets to attack the Pluto and Scorpio generation that was going to be born from 1982 to 1995. Okay, they knew our generation was coming on this planet, so they had to get, you see what I'm saying? They had to get our parents on drugs or dead in a bullshit war. That's how they did it. But like I said, each one of these drugs served basically the same agenda: to keep us divided, to keep our heads in fucking la la land, while the government gets away with murder and thievery. Okay? So, if you do your research, as of 2009, the marijuana, 90% of the marijuana in America is completely GMO. 90% as of 2009, 90% of the marijuana in America is GMO, plain and simple. Especially the marijuana you get from the dispensaries. Monsanto, this is what they're not telling you. Monsanto already owns the goddamn weed. Monsanto already owns the goddamn weed. Okay? Plain and simple. So you want to smoke the weed? You want to blow the chemical smoke? Okay? You're not doing anything but attaching demons to you that come from the fourth dimension, and you're lowering your fucking testosterone levels, and you're also putting pesticides in your bloodstream. Okay, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing with the weed. You see, the weed The weed, the marijuana, is the new crack. The marijuana of the 1990s and the 2000s is the new crack. Okay? So what did they have? What did they have Snoop Dogg do? What did they have Snoop Dogg do? They had Snoop Dogg smoke the weed, promote the weed, make it look cool, make it look cool to smoke, make it look cool to smoke. Okay? And promote the gangster thug lifestyle. But I'm gonna ask you, ladies and gentlemen, where in the fuck has that gotten us? Where has it gotten us? Where? From the 90s to now, where has the weed smoke and the gangster lifestyle, where has it gotten us? Nowhere. Nowhere. Okay? This was all engineered. This was all engineered. From the soy, from all the soy that they're putting in the Monsanto's food and the Monsanto's drinks, to the weed that has been promoted for over 20 years now. Okay? This is how you get this. Okay? The weed and the soy is destroying the gene that makes you a boy, which is the testosterone. It's being destroyed and it is under attack. If you do your research, it is now hard for men to impregnate their women and to give them a son. It is now hard for a man to have a son now because the testosterone is taking such a potent hit. It's taking such a potent attack. It's now hard for men to have sons. Okay? Because the Y chromosome is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's shrinking. This is why you'll see men with 3 to 4 daughters before they even have their first son. Okay, it's not a joke. Homosexuality is spreading like wildfire. Of course, it started, they wanted to hit the melanated community first, then the other cultures were going to follow right behind ours. Okay, it's not a joke, people. It is not a joke. This was all set up by design through the media, through propaganda. Okay, the marijuana and the soy destroy the gene that causes you to be a boy. Okay, marijuana and soy are testosterone killers, like Dr. Wesley Muhammad stated. Okay, 1990, black men had 21% more testosterone than white men. And then by 1990, around the same time, NWA got started. And when Mr. Snoop Dogg, Mr. Snoop Anubis came to the forefront, 1990, it dropped to 8%. So there was an 8% drop in black men's testosterone after 1990, after NWA got put onto the forefront and after Snoop Dogg came into fruition. After that, black men's testosterone dropped 8%. Soon as the gangster rap started, soon as the weed started. So you thought you were becoming more masculine by indulging in the gangster lifestyle, but you actually became more feminine. I wonder why. By 2002, it dropped by another 3%. That's because they kept perpetuating the bullshit, and they also introduced all this chemical soy in the Monsanto's food and drinks. And by 2007, it got so out of hand, it dropped so much that it had to have dropped another 10%. okay, by 2007, okay, and it was stated that black and white men testosterone levels were basically leveled out. So from 1986 to 2007, black men's testosterone dropped 21%. Okay? So over 20 years, black men's testosterone dropped 20%. So that is a percent a year. So each year, as the year goes by, the black man's testosterone drops a whole goddamn percent. And you think it's a joke. You think it's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. You think it's a joke. If it keeps going, it's gonna be looking really bad in the years, 2020 to 2030. It's gonna be looking really bad. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta do our research before we bash other people. I've been telling people from the jump for over 2 years that this marijuana is bullshit in the United States. 90% of it is GMO. They're putting monatomic gold in some of the weed as well, which is turning people into goddamn zombies. They're putting pesticides in the marijuana as well. And they basically spliced the genetics of the THC, the levels of THC in the weed, you see, to make the THC more potent. And they're doing this to lower the testosterone levels of men. Plain and goddamn simple. Okay? Okay, so if you don't believe me, you can listen to this man, Wesley Muhammad, this video, and see what he has to say for yourself. Okay? We need to wise up, so we rise up. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Like, subscribe. Please share this video. It's a chosen one, man.